To strengthen the capacity of universities to participate and provide meaningful contributions as key players within the entrepreneurship ecosystem in their respective regions, thereby increasing student graduate employability, the British Council Innovation for African Universities is sponsoring a 15-month Ghana Bioenterprise Innovations Partnership between 3 universities. The other University of St Andrews in Scotland being the lead university. The University of Health and Allied Sciences at Ho as the Sub-Saharan African University, and the University of Cape Coast as the ecosystem player. The project, titled St Andrews Ghana Partnership to Foster Biomedical Research Enterprise for Better Health and Well-being, is to develop knowledge and exchange mentorship program to equip young bioscientists in Ghana with the know-how to translate biomedical research into commercial solutions. Speaking to TVUCC during a stakeholder engagement to disseminate a needs-based survey among bioscientists and students in a cross-section of the universities in Ghana, Dean of the School of Allied Health Sciences at the University of Cape Coast, and also the co-principal investigator of the project, Professor Desmond Omani Echampong, said researchers should be able to solve problems in society.
So we talk about the gaps. In fact, when it comes to academia, there's always a gap between research, what we identify as researchers, and how we are able to translate that into problem solving. That is from bench to market. It's always a problem. In fact, in Africa, we are lagging behind, and that is what we want to solve. So we are looking at bringing academia and industry together, because we have realized that until we bring these two parties together, there's no way we can overcome this bottlenecks when it comes to innovation, because we produce products or students to work in these industries, and we should be able to produce students who can actually solve problems when they are employed in such ventures. So that is a gap we want to, in a way, bridge.
He said the team is looking at coming out with a manual that will help scientists to then translate their findings into marketable products.
So that is what we are looking at. So we look at a knowledge gap which we want to fill. Yeah. So there should be a way of bridging that gap, so that we don't just do research and keep it in the shelves, but we do research and then we translate into marketable products. There is COVID now. Other countries are coming out with vaccines. Why is it that Africa is not doing that? The problem is this same gap, because we do the research, but translating into marketable products is always an issue, and that is what we are trying to solve. And we have identified that bringing academic.
Dr. Stephen Moore of the Department of Mathematics and a member of the research team urged lecturers to be innovative in setting the right exam for students in order to get enough time to embark on research activities. According to him, a lot of time, lecturers use their time in marking exam papers, certain questions, and attending to student problems, adding that they no longer have time thinking about how they can do the job of bringing their ideas to the market.
So yeah, for the academic setting, usually what happens is that administrative duties take a lot of time, and then also heavy amounts of students workload, so you need to mark papers, set questions, exams. And for instance, I am teaching about 800 students, so you can see that I just use the time for marking certain questions. And so you need to be a bit innovative in your exams criteria, how to set the right exams, so that you also get some time for yourself to do the research. And this is something that I think lecturers can do, because mostly a lot of people are spending a lot of their time marking papers, setting questions, attending to students' problems, and they do no longer have time to think about how they can do the job of bringing their ideas to the market, and which is actually a very difficult thing.
He indicated that innovation in curriculum development can reduce the time for lecturers to have also more time to do research and head towards the market. On the next phase of the project, he said, the team is going to develop a blueprint for how students and lecturers can come out with innovative ideas and be guided on what steps to take to bring their ideas into fruition.
Bring their ideas to the market, but it could be the wrong thing that he's teaching them, or it is the wrong ideas that they have, or it is the wrong way of what the market needs. So sometimes the idea you have is not exactly the same thing the market needs. It needs a bit of some cross-cutting here and there, sharpening, honing the idea here and there. So those are the main things. So the way forward here is that we're already developing curriculum, introducing entrepreneurship into the curriculums. But the other way forward is also that we are going to follow up on these lectures to know if their ideas of what innovation is true or is the right idea, and then to try to develop also a blueprint for how students can come with innovative ideas and can be guided what steps they need to take to bring their ideas to a proof of concept that is marketable. And what same thing for lecturers or for professors or professionals who have ideas, what steps they need to follow or pursue to bring their ideas to the market. And this is something that we intend to popularize to every student, to every professional in the university setting, as well as to the students as well, so that they know if I have an idea, where to go, where to start.
The incoming Pro-Vice Chancellor of the University of Cape Coast, Professor Mrs. Rosamond Boyhene, in a remark stated that the university has responded to issues of unemployment in the country by incorporating entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial activities into its programs, although there is more to be done.
And if you come to Ghana, the situation is compounded by our young graduates forming the Unemployed Graduates Association. As of 2019, the youth unemployment rate in Ghana was 8.7%. And this has prompted various stakeholders to question the relevance of universities in our current dispensation. Universities have responded to these issues by incorporating entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial activities into its programs. And therefore, you agree with me that this project, Innovation for African Universities, has come at an opportune time. My area is entrepreneurship, and usually, previously when we talk of entrepreneurship, people look at only business students starting entrepreneurial activities. But you agree with me that when we talk of entrepreneurship, we are looking at all areas and all disciplines. So how do we promote an aspect of entrepreneurship we call academic entrepreneurship? That is the commercialization of the research activities we carry out in our universities.